In the city of Cyprus around 300 BC, there lived a prosperous trader named Zeno. During a voyage from Phoenicia to Piraeus, his ship sank along with all his goods. This single event, entirely beyond Zeno's or anyone's control, transformed this wealthy man into a pauper in an instant. Imagine yourself in Zeno's position. How would you react if your entire life's work vanished due to nature's whim? Would you be angry, sad, feel cheated by life? Most of us would have such reactions, but not Zeno, the founder of Stoicism. A small shift in perspective can have lasting effects, and a minor change in mindset can lead to significant transformations over time. At its core, Stoicism embodies acceptance and indifference. After reading the works of Socrates and other philosophers, Zeno developed and taught Stoicism. According to Zeno, while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond to it, and we must use this control effectively. Instead of lamenting his lost cargo, Zeno remained composed and neutral. Today, people often view Stoics as unbreakable individuals who do not experience emotional extremes like rage or anxiety. However, the original intent of Stoicism was more profound. It was not just a description of Stoic individuals, but a way of understanding and navigating the world, a lifestyle that has endured through the ages. Stoic principles are as applicable today as they were millennia ago, offering just as much benefit. Stoicism helps us process negative emotions from adverse experiences and transform them into thoughts that provide a unique perspective on the world. Everyone has different experiences and thus different perspectives. The Stoics taught and discussed philosophy publicly, believing their principles could benefit everyone and should not be confined to a school or palace. Consequently, Stoicism was accessible to all, from slaves to emperors. Notable Stoics include Epictetus, a former slave, Seneca, a renowned statesman, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor. Early Stoics practiced what they preached, opposing segregation and promoting equality. They even coined the term cosmopolitan, meaning citizen of the world, promoting unity and togetherness. During Stoicism's early days, women were typically barred from pursuing philosophy, but Stoics like Musonius Rufus argued for their inclusion, asserting that women also possess a natural inclination towards virtue. So why do many people adopt Stoicism as a way of life? In a world full of unexpected events, our emotions often get in the way. We don't become sad simply because bad things happen. We become sad because unexpected bad things happen. Rain, for example, is beneficial, but getting caught in a downpour without an umbrella is unpleasant. Yet we don't cry when it rains because we expect it. Stoicism teaches that we should expect that everything bad that can happen will happen. Imagine the worst outcome and be content knowing it could occur. One Stoic exercise, voluntary discomfort, involves intentionally placing oneself in uncomfortable situations to build gratitude and resilience. With the constant bombardment of advertisements telling us we need the latest thing to be happy, this Stoic message is crucial. We should focus on improving ourselves for our own sake, rather than setting unrealistic expectations that lead to disappointment. Stoicism teaches that placing our happiness in external things is unwise, since they can always fail. Instead, we should derive our happiness from our intrinsic value as humans. Seneca once wrote, "Learning to live with less will create space in your life for the things that truly matter to you." We must place our happiness on our intrinsic value and control our reactions to life's events, which is the essence of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus said, "The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control." Stoics teach that we must focus on what we can control and not be disheartened when things don't go as planned. Making YouTube videos might not be as challenging as being a Roman emperor, but it has its difficulties. From forming an idea to the moment you click upload, everything is under your control. However, once uploaded, the outcome is largely up to the YouTube algorithm. Stoics would advise judging the success of your work based on the effort you put in, not on external metrics like views and followers. Living with less liberates us from societal expectations, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. Imagine someone who has worked diligently for months, anticipating a promotion that never materializes. This disappointment might lead them to feel worthless. However, a Stoic approach encourages valuing the quality of one's work and continuing to strive, finding fulfillment in the effort rather than the outcome. This mindset shift transforms how we perceive success and failure. A true Stoic does not measure success by financial gain or material possessions, but by the ability to live comfortably without excess. This philosophy promotes contentment with what is necessary and sufficient, freeing individuals from the constant pursuit of more. The essence of Stoicism can be distilled into its four main virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom involves the ability to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not, and choosing our response accordingly. Viktor Frankl eloquently captured this idea. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. This wisdom is foundational to Stoic thought, empowering us to focus on our reactions rather than external events. Courage in Stoicism means the strength to persist and resist. It is the bravery to endure hardships and the determination to remain steadfast in our principles. This virtue is about facing challenges head-on and maintaining our integrity despite external pressures. Temperance, or moderation, is the practice of doing more with less. It encourages simplicity and self-restraint, guiding us to appreciate what we have rather than constantly seeking more. Stoics believe that true wealth lies in having what is essential and sufficient rather than accumulating excess. Justice is perhaps the most critical virtue. It instructs us to do no harm to others and to recognize that we are all interconnected, born to support and uplift one another. Nelson Mandela, inspired by Stoic teachings, exemplified justice by advocating for reconciliation rather than retribution after his imprisonment. His actions demonstrated the Stoic belief in the importance of harmony and collective well-being. In modern medicine, Stoic principles underpin therapies such as rational emotive behavioral therapy, REBT, and logotherapy. REBT helps patients identify and challenge negative thought patterns, replacing them with healthier beliefs. This process aligns with the Stoic practice of using logic to overcome destructive emotions. Logotherapy, based on the Stoic principle that humans are driven by purpose, helps individuals find meaning even in the darkest situations. It teaches that discovering and embracing one's purpose can lead to profound fulfillment and resilience. To achieve happiness, we must cultivate self-worth by focusing on what we can control. This redirection allows us to break free from the fixation on external factors and instead find contentment within ourselves. Stoicism helps us navigate through life's storms, offering a steady compass towards inner peace and fulfillment. It teaches us to embrace life's impermanence, understanding that everything has an end. Therefore, we should strive to live a good life, not defined by its length, but by its quality and the virtues we embody. By adopting Stoicism, we learn to view life through a lens of acceptance and resilience. We find peace in knowing that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we have complete control over our responses. This realization empowers us to lead a more fulfilling and meaningful life, free from the constant turmoil of unmet expectations and external dependencies.